guys, it's Shannon from Twisted Mind by Seifer, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little zombie finger earrings. They're fun, they're not too hard. I think you'll really enjoy this one. Plus, it's getting onto that time of year, which is my favorite time of year, which is spooky Halloween. So let me gather up what we need and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's start this off with, we're going to be using Primo Ecru for the clay. And you can use whatever like flesh colored or skin tannish colored clay you want. That's just the clay that I used. A sheet of cling wrap, saran wrap, or whatever else you would like to use. Paintbrushes. This I'll have a link for. I'm pretty sure I'll have a link for in the comments. It's just a really fine paintbrush. You'll need one of those. I don't know where I got this. I call it my smoosher brush. So something to dab paint on. It doesn't have to be one exactly like that. Tiny ball of tin foil or anything else that you would like to use to make a texture. Some eyelet screws. The earring hooks. This is what I'm going to be using today instead of a blade to peel things off my tile. I have no idea where I got this, but it's quite handy. I've used it for years. A poker. Some sort of needle tool anyway. Some Bacon Bond. Some paints. I'm using Folk Art, Apple Barrel, and Deco Art today. So this is a red, this is a light gray, black, and a green. You can vary the shades, to however you want them to be. Whatever zombie colors that you think will work. And some Varathane finish from the Heart Supplies. And the most important thing is going to be the cutter set. All right, so let me get things going and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so here is the cutter set from the Heart Supplies. It's called the finger cutter set. This is what you will get when you order it. Today, we are going to be using this one to make earrings. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Let me double check. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. So we'll be using the third size down. I'm going to go ahead and get my clay ready, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have it rolled out on a 2, which, is it a 2? Yeah, I have it rolled out on a 2, 0 being my thickest setting on my pasta machine. So what we're going to do now is you're going to cut it in half, and you're going to stack it. Now I try to, when I'm using a stacked clay, I try to do it like this when I'm putting it on to try and get any air bubbles out that might be in between. Now you're going to take your saran wrap and you're going to place it over that. Try not to have any wrinkles there. Make sure I'm still on the screen. And we do this so it will have a nice rounded shape. So you put your cutter on there, and then you're going to press down. You're going to do it firmly, but not too firm. Make sure it's really going to imprint there. And pull it up. Look at that. Right? That looks great, doesn't it? Okay. And we're going to use you like this. So, oops, hello. Free cat hair, every purchase. All right, no matter what you do, if you've got cats, pets, or whatever, the hair is everywhere. Even if you don't let them in your room, the hair just is everywhere. Oops. All right, so here we go. So here's the first one. Now, don't worry about the fact that, see how, right here, it's all kind of, bumpy and stuff, because it's a zombie finger. It's not going to matter, if it's pristine. We're not going to care because it's going to look all gorky and yucky. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut out the other finger, and I'll be right back. So we're back, and we have the second one done. So now I'm going to turn them both around so they're facing me, and we're going to work on some detail work. Now again, this is a pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, you can do what you like as far as details. Let me zoom in a little bit. As far as details go, because, you know, it's yours to design as how you wish. But, and you can make anything with these. It doesn't have to be a zombie finger, but that's what we're doing on this tutorial. So, first thing we're going to do is we want to make that fingernail look not so pristine and nice. So, make sure I'm in camera. All right, so we're going to take our needle tool, and we're just going to make some grooves. Just, you know, kind of, oh, there's there, and over here, and, you know, some short lines, some big lines, just enough to make it look, you know, a little worse for wear. And then we're going to take the tip here and see how I'm kind of, hopefully you can see that. Let me go in just a little bit more. I'm making it, or I'm hoping to make it look a little raggedy on the tip. Like it's been split, like it tried to dig its way out of the grave. Or, you know, what have you. Zombies are one of my absolute most favorite things. I've been watching bad zombie B-movies since before they became a popular cultural thing for years and years and years, since the 80s. Okay, so there we have it. We have kind of tore up that fingernail a bit, and make sure we get the sides so it doesn't look so nice and smooth and pretty. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do the same to the other fingernail, and we'll be right back. Okay, we have both of the fingernails on the fingers done. Oops, never fails, right? There we go. Now we're going to add the details onto, let me zoom in again, the little actual finger details. I'll put you over there for a sec. You come over here. So Rhonda's already put in these awesome little indents here. So I'm just going to play off of those. You know, if you look at the back of your thumb, excuse my ugly nails, you know, you'll see that you have, or any finger really, you'll see that you have all those lovely little lines. So we're going to do that too on here. We're just a little bit of an outline like this. Nothing major, you know. You can just look at your own finger and see if you want to add some things to it. You don't have to. Again, it's all in how you want to do it, right? So after I've done that, take your little ball and you're gonna give it a little bit of texture, okay? Because again, this is gonna be a zombie finger. Smoothness is not what we're looking for here, right? So you're just gonna do it everywhere. Don't do it on the nail because you'll ruin all that glorious detail work we already did. But yeah, let me get the front here though. And you can do a little bit on the back. Just be careful about pressing because you don't want to ruin the shape or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and texture up and detail the other one, and I'll be right back. So I have done all the little details and doing texture with the foil ball, whatever. And now we're going to add some cuts, a little bit of raggediness to it. So you're going to come in here and you're going to kind of tear up the cuticle just a little bit. Because again, this isn't supposed to be pretty, right? We kind of want to look a little yucky. So just a real light thing around there, okay? And then you can take it and make yourself a little like cut. It's kind of hard because I'm not right over it, so I hope that cut's looking the way I want it to look. Let me flip it around this way. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so a little bit of a cut right here. You're going to spread it open just a little bit. We'll do the same here, but do it kind of opposite. Let me do up all the cuticle here. So when you're making the cuts, you want them to be a little deep. I mean, obviously you don't want to go all the way through the finger, but you want them to be a little deep because we're going to be filling those with color. And you want that to stand out. Okay. So there's one there, and then let's do like on this one, you know, we have the cuts here, and then there's a gash here. So I think I'm going to do that. We'll go this way on this one, right? We'll go this way on this one. And again, just kind of lay it open. And then you want to kind of, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, maybe frill up the sides here so it looks more jagged and it's not a clean gash. So it makes it look like maybe it was cut by something serrated or something. Okay, so there you go. You have that. Now, right here, you're really going to tear this up at the bottom of the finger. And the reason why we're doing that is because we want it to look, well, for lack of a better word, meaty. Okay, because, you know, it's a severed finger. So that's what you're going to do. You're just going to do this. And then after you've done all this, you're going to put one of these. It's a 10 by 4 by 1 millimeter screw in there. But first, let me do this, and then we'll get the screws in. All right, there we go. Yeah, you just want it to be just real meaty. I don't know what else I don't know how else to call it. Meaty sounds so gross, but it is what it is. All right, so you're going to take two screws, and you're going to take your bacon bond, because you want to make sure that those screws adhere in there. Oh, come on now. I'm running low on bacon bond. Anytime, whenever you're ready, bacon bond, come on out. Goodness. Sorry, folks. Was not as prepared as I thought I was. All right, well, you get the idea, right? I'm just going to unscrew it. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this stuff is so old. I really should get new stuff. You know, one thing, it never fails. I mean, everybody who's watched my videos here, you know, I always forget to mention stuff you're going to need. You're also going to need some pliers, baby wipes, and paper towels. I always forget. You know, and I even make a list, you guys. I do. And I still forget. All right, so I'm just coating this with the bacon bond. Since it didn't want to come out by squeezing it, I actually had to open it up. And you're going to put it there, right in the middle. All right, make sure it's even. That looks pretty good. All right, so I'm going to do the same with the other one, and I'll be right back. So you're also going to want a tile or something to bake your stuff on. So you're going to preheat your oven to 275. And you're going to take these little bad babies and you're going to place them. This is just regular computer paper, printer paper that I have these on because I don't want there to be big shiny backs that you get when you just put it straight onto the tile. You'll get those shiny blotches and I don't want that. So let me make sure these are all down. Now you're going to bake these for about 10 minutes at 275. And the reason why we're doing that is because it's easier to paint them. So you don't have to worry about massive fingerprints or them losing their shape or whatever. And of course, we'll bake them some more after they've been painted and everything like that. So we'll be right back. Okay, so, oops, I'm shaking my camera all over the place. All right, so these were baked for 10 minutes at 275. They are completely cooled now, and now we are going to begin painting them. So there's really no technique to this. Just shake up my gray paint. We're going to start with the gray paint. And, you know, you can do a dry brush technique. I'm going to work out of the cap like Allison Merritt has taught us to do. Always work out of the cap. Anyway, so I'm just going to blob. Let me move these here. Move that because you know I'm going to spill it if I don't. We're just going to blob the gray on. Okay, we're not looking for coverage. This, by the way, is just like a old deli sheet of paper that I'm using. So we're not really looking for coverage per se. We're just more looking to get some paint on there, if that makes any sense. It doesn't really matter if it's covered because it's a finger. You know, it's a zombie finger, so it's going to look mottled, which is, you know, what we want. Make sure you're getting it everywhere. Okay. Just like that. Here, let's move the clean finger out of the way. Wipe my finger off here. So, there you go. Now, like with the pair I made before this, I'd put too much on, so I had to use my paper towel and sometimes a diaper wipe to wipe some of it off. So it's really however you want to do it. You know, you can have a lot on there, cover the finger. It's whatever you want. This is just how I like to do it because I don't know. I just think it looks zombie-ish if it's all gray and mottled and, well, kind of gross. Okay, so now we're going to do the same. I cleaned off my brush a little bit anyway. So if you guys can hear squealing in the background, my 3 grandkids are here. They're downstairs with their grandpa, and they tend to get a little loud. So I apologize ahead of time if you hear squeals, but they're happy squeals and they're fun to hear. Okay, so I got a lot of green on this, way more than I wanted. So I'm just gonna, just a little bit. I don't want to rub it all away, obviously, but I want to rub some of it. You know, you have to be careful because when you do this, you're also going to oh my goodness. That's one thing too I want to point out. Be careful when working with some diaper wipes. I don't like this brand that I'm working with right now. They leave a lot of fibers behind. See, I'm over here pulling off all these hairs. Some diaper wipes are better than others. These, not so great. Especially when you get up here where it gets real rough. But anyway, so if it gets real bad, I'll just, but see, look at that. Look at all the fibers coming off. Yeah, that's not good. If it gets real bad, I'll just wet a paper towel so I don't have to deal with all this. Okay, so There we go. That's a little bit more of a subtle. Oh my gosh, you guys, the little hair fibers. Ugh, annoying me so bad. So, I think I'm just going to switch to paper towels for the rest of this tutorial as far as wet, because those are just leaving fibers everywhere and driving me nuts. Okay, so now we just have a little bit of green on there, not as much as we did. Don't forget the back. Yeah, there we go. Oops. That's all right, though. That's not bad, huh? Okay, so there we go. Just kind of dry brushing some on. All right. So we have that. Now, you know what? I want to put a little bit more gray. I think I wiped too much of it away. But do you see what I mean? It's just all in how you want it to look. You know, do you want it to look you know, more like it's been coming out of a grave? Do you want it to look more rotting? It's, you know, it's all up to you. Things you never thought you'd hear yourself say. Right? Do you want it to look more like it's rotting? Okay, so there we go. Now I got more of the gray back on there. Don't forget the tips and the back. Goodness, those grandkids are loud. I'll tell you what. All right, so there you have it. Now, excuse my arm. Now we're going to take the black, shake it up a little bit. If you hear ticking in the background, that's because I have my oven heating, so that when I'm done with this, I can just put it right in the oven to go. Oh my goodness. Just got paint all over me. Okay. So, you're going to take your little skinny one. Let's see if we can't come in a little bit more. You're going to take your little skinny guy. Okay. I'm trying to do this while I'm holding it, but it's going to be kind of hard. You don't want a whole lot of paint for this, just a little bit. So let's start with, we'll start with the nail. Look at that. Why do I have black paint all over me? Ugh. Well, I'm glad we're doing something zombie-ish, so if I accidentally put black paint on here, it's not going to be bad. Goodness. All right, so we're going to put black way down deep there into the cuts and the slices. And we do that because when we were making wounds with polymer clay, you want it to have some depth. You don't want to just put like a red paint or red coloring in there and just be like, oh, okay, there you go. Because, hey, you want it to look semi-realistic anyway. So you want the black to go in there. Oops. That's all right, though. So I have done black into the creases. And now I'm going to do black just a little bit now. Am I still on the thing? All right, there we go. We're just going to be a little bit of black onto the nail. Okay. This way. Just a bit. Because what we're going to end up doing is washing it off. Well, not washing it off, but you guys know what I mean. Okay. So, so we have the black on the fingernail there. Let me take some paper towel. We'll do a dry first, see what happens. I just want to lightly go across there. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more black. What do you guys think? Maybe? Yeah? No? Oop, look at that. Get over here a little bit. All right. Okay. And like I said, you can experiment with this. See what works for you. Dry brushing or putting paint on, letting it completely dry and then wiping it off. It's however you want to do it. This is just how I decided to do it. Okay, so Now we have, oh, you know what? I almost forgot, guys. Look at that. It must be all over the cap or something. Blah. Lord. Okay, so I forgot. We want to, oops, that's way too much. We want to put some black here too, because this is going to be our meaty part of it. So we're going to want some depth to that too. All right, now we're going to get ready with some of the red. And the red is really where it's gonna, where things are gonna pop. Okay, there we go. We're gonna put some, like I said, some red up in here in the scars, the slices, however you want to do it. You don't want a whole lot because, again, it all depends on what you're looking for. You know, if you're looking for zombie that's been dead for a while, well, you want that blood to be really super dark, 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 almost a black red. You know, a little bit of a fresher zombie like we're doing right now, then you want to put in a little bit more red that's a little bit brighter. So again, it's all in what you want. Let me see here. Get those up in there. And through there. You know, just like that. You'll also want to, I'll show you how to put some some red elsewhere too, to make it look more like you're like there's some blood stains on it. Okay, so here we go. So now you're going to be doing the meaty part, as we talked about. Now, this is the front of the earring. You know, if you want, you can have some blood coming down a little bit like that. That is my oven telling me. One second. That's done heating up, but I needed to keep going. There we go. Sorry if I just bumped everything and made the camera go wibbly wobbly. All right, so there you go. And a little bit in the back, right? Just a little bit. There you go. So, I got black all over my hands. So there you go. You know, a little bit there in the front. Just so it looks, you know, a little bit more realistic there. All right, so you've done that. All right. Now, I'm going to take, well, let's just do it this way. I'll just put some, scroll out just a bit. I'll just put some on here, and then I'm just going to put it on there. Because what I'm going to do now, after I get the black paint off my hands, goodness, oh my Lord. All right, we're going to get a little bit of paint on our hand, or on our finger. I mean, not a whole, you don't want a whole lot. But then you're going to just, you know, oops. But again, not a big deal. You just wipe it, and look. It just kind of blends right on in there, doesn't it? Put a little bit maybe on the fingernail. Again, all in how you want it to be done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this for right now so I can paint up the other fingernail, and then we'll show you what happens next. Or the other finger, I should say. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back, and these are all painted and done now. Paint all over my hands. We are going to be putting them in the oven. Hold on a minute. Let me get a little bit of... Here we go. We're going to be putting them in the oven at 275, and this time for about 40 minutes. Okay? And when they are done and they are cooled off, then I'll be back. Okay, guys, we're back. They've been baked for 40 minutes at 275, and now they're cool. Excuse my hands. They're going to look really bad because I was working on another project while this was cooking. So my hands and my fingernails are coated in black clay. So I apologize for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to glaze these yet. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just put them on their hooks because when I go to glaze them, then I can just hang them from their hooks to dry. Let's see here. So what I'm going to glaze these with is the Varathane gloss finish from the Heart Supplies. I'm not going to show you the glazing because I do that in my other videos. So if you want to see exactly how I glaze this, which is super simple, just look up any of my other videos. Most of them have me using this stuff in there. Anyway, so this works really good, but you need to, I put 3 coats. And you need to put it on real thin, and you need to let it dry thoroughly in between coats, okay? That's how you'll get your best results. But anyway, so here they are. Here's the ones that I made before, which are completely glazed. As you can see the difference between the glazed and non-glazed. So here they are. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like and share and subscribe. That would be great. The links for everything I use should be down below. And thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in on this little escapade. And I'll see you again. Bye.